So today I'm going to teach you how to make a arm sweater. I'm not really sure what to call it. I don't think it's a bolero because it's a pullover. But anyway, we have a 10mm crochet hook, and then I just have this yarn. I don't know what size it is. I usually work with medium. And we're going to start off by making a slip knot. So make a circle with the part that is attached to the ball of yarn on top, and then you're going to go underneath and bring that through. And then we are just going to chain as many as reaches the width of our shoulders plus 2 inches on each side. You always want to go bigger because as you crochet your rows, it will get smaller. I've learned this through trial and error. So I will count how many I do. I'm usually a size small in most things, but you can just measure on yourself and I'll show you once I get there. So there's 3, 4, 5. All right, so I have done 60 chains. I think I might do 5 more just to make sure that it's big enough. 5. Okay, so we are going to count 9 over. So we have the loop on our hook and the V that's attached to that. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to do a double crochet into the 9th stitch. So we should have this little loop. Now what we're going to do is chain 3, and count 4. So 1, 2, 3. In the 4th stitch, we're going to go with a double crochet. So now we have 2 little circles, and we're going to keep doing that. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, count over, 1, 2, 3, go into the 4th, double crochet, and we're going to do that until the end. And whoopsie. And it probably won't match up. I will show you when we get towards the end, if you have a number of chains that's off, how we can resolve that. So we're getting to the end here. So we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, double crochet, chain 1, 2, 3, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So mine actually matches up, but let's say you had 2 extra. I would probably do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another 5. Or if you just had 1 extra chain, I would do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 into the 5th, if that makes sense. So you just kind of make it work at the end so you don't have to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
You taking a nap?
Making a video. And then chain 3, and then go into the 4th, and we are at the end. So this is what we have, and now it reaches across my shoulders. That's why I did the extra 2 inches on each side, because it shrinks. So now to turn it, we're going to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to turn, and then we are going to do a double crochet into the center of this hole. So not into any of the V's, but into the very center of the hole. So wrap around, go in the center, around, out, around through 2, around through 2. And then we're going to chain 3 like we did before, around and go into the next center of the hole and double crochet. So now we're just making another row of these, this mesh pattern. And when you get to the very end, you're going to do 6 and then turn your work. And I like to do about 10 rows, but it'll just depend on how long you want it. If you want to do a full length sweater, then you might have to do 20 or 30. Also, as you're going, I would stretch each direction because sometimes the yarn can get all crumpled, and it will help if you stretch it out. So I'm gonna keep going, and when I have a long enough piece, probably with 10 rows, I'll show you how I make the neckline. I am almost at the end. I have one more space to do, so I'm going to chain 3, and then double crochet into the end, and just leave that there. If I spread this out, I have 10 rows, and that's personally what I like to do. I will show you, maybe if this will stay up. So to measure it, I just go from my shoulders, and I want to make sure it can reach underneath my armpit. So that's how you measure it. Kind of comes down in the middle right there. You can obviously do it longer. It will make the sleeves wider, but that is how I measure it. And now I'll show you how to do the neckline. As you put it up to you, I'm just going to feel right here where my collar of my shirt is, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches in. So on the 5th hole, I'm going to put a safety pin, and then the 5th in from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So put a safety pin there. I have my safety pins. I'm going to turn my work, and now I'm going to chain 6 since we're at the end. And there's 6. Double crochet into that hole. Chain 3, and we're gonna go to the safety pin. So chain 3, double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, and we are at the safety pin. So Now I'm going to take the safety pin out and we're going to do the neckline. So each of these holes, there are 3 chains. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and then about half of this. So I'm going to do 20 chains. 1, 2, 3, 18, 19, 20. And then we're going to stretch it over and connect it with a double crochet where the safety pin is. And take the safety pin out. And then we will keep going to the end. So chain 3, double crochet, and now we chain 6 since we're at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, turn our work, double crochet, and now we are at the neckline. So what we want to do is make sure that the hole is kind of lined up with the center part. So I'm going to chain 3, and then I'm going to count 2 stitches in and do my double crochet actually into the V. So we have it in the middle here, and then 1 chain, 2 chain, go into the V and do a double crochet. Okay, now we're going to do chain 3 again, and we're going to 1, 2, count 1, 2, 3 into the 4th. And the reason why I didn't do 4 before is because it was in the middle of that hole already, so I counted that as 2. It's not a perfect science, but it will work out, I promise. Chain 3 again, count 1, 2, 3 into the 4th. See, we're making our neckline. Chain 3, and count 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 3, count 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 3, and now, since we're going to go in the middle of this hole right here, I'm just going to pick a middle spot right here. It won't be exactly in the 4th, it will be in the 3rd, but I don't want to go into the 4th because then it will kind of make this off a little bit. So hopefully Hopefully that makes sense. I'm just gonna go into the middle here. And continue, chain 3. And now we're going into the holes on the other side. We're just creating the back side now, and I'm going to do 10 rows on this back side so that it's even, and I will show you how we finish it with the sleeves after that. Sorry if you can hear my baby, she's awake now. But we are ready to attach it so that we can make the sleeves. So we have this top part, 10 rows from the collar, and we ended over here. And we're just going to take a smaller crochet hook. This one is a 6.5. It doesn't really matter which size as long as it's smaller than the 10. And we're going to crochet just up one of these rows, I guess, on the side. So I'm gonna put it into the second side, and I'm just going to do a slip stitch and then go into each of the sides, around, slip stitch, and I'm gonna do it one more time till it meets the top of this first row. Scratch that. I'm doing it one more time, so I did 4. Now we have one side that is connected, and I'm just going to get my larger crochet hook, the 10, and we're going to start going around in a circle to build the sleeve. We're starting this underneath part where it will be under your armpit, and then we're doing the same thing. We're gonna go, we're gonna chain 3, so that builds it up. We're gonna chain 3 more to build it over. And then double crochet into the hole. Okay, and then we are going to just do the same thing. Chain 3. And double crochet into the hole. Sorry guys, she's very happy right now. Chain 3, and we keep going around in a circle. What are you doing, baby? Once we get all the way back around here, usually you would attach it, but we're going to just keep going inside the holes. I've done it before where I would attach it and then start a new one in the center, if that makes sense, and it just doesn't look as good. So I'll show you as we come around, but I'm gonna keep doing my chain 3 and double crochet until we get back to that spot where we started. All right, we're back here at the bottom where we connected it, and it's under the armpit. And usually you would want these to come together, but we are just going to keep going in a circle, chain 3, and double crochet into the next hole. And we're just gonna keep doing that. I promise the sleeve won't look uneven when you wear it, but you just keep going around and around until you get to the desired length of your arm. And I like to make it a little bit longer than normal because I think it looks better. Also, make sure to stretch your yarn out because the stitch does get kind of cinched up as you go. Okay, so I finished one arm. Here is the collar head part, and there's about 23 rows, and I don't have that much yarn left to do the other arm completely, so I think I might just do it a totally different color. These are the colors I'm working with. I don't know. Anyway, I'll figure that out, but now that we're at the end, all you need to do is you will end on your double crochet, and then you just clip the yarn and pull it through, and then we'll weave this in. And I just kind of weave it in right here to make it seem more straight, and I promise when you're wearing it, it won't seem like off or anything. To attach the new color, we need our smaller crochet hook so that we can do the same thing on this side and attach where the arm goes. So let me go find mine. Make our slip knot. And then attach it just at the end. So we just go through the front side, pick a V, and then the back side. We're going to do a slip stitch, so go around, pull that all the way through. And then go up until we reach the second row of our mesh stitch. Okay, here's the second row. So that's stitched up. Now get our bigger crochet hook, and now we just start going around in a circle like we did before. Chain 6 to start with. Double crochet. There's our first one. And now we chain 3, 2, 3, double crochet into the next hole, and just go around and around till you reach your arm length that you want. I finished the second arm. I decided to do this blue, and if you count from, this is where I attached it, there are 23 rows, so it's matching on each side. So now all we have to do is tie in all the ends. I'm going to cut this string, bring it through, and now we're just going to tie off all the ends, and then we are finished. So take your yarn needle and I just kind of go up and then we're going to cut it off. And the last step, I like to turn it inside out since these seams, you can't really tell, but the seams are on the outside. So I turn inside out, or right side out. And then I like to just stretch the arms since they get kind of crumpled. And now you have your finished piece. So let me know if you have any questions or confused at any part, but hopefully you like the end result.